Alright, Shalom, and welcome to another show of GMS Collage. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's first and foremost. Giving double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well, and also honor and salutations to you other brothers that are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. Alright, so today's topic was going to be about, a famine of the word. Because of this video that I came across, but as I started to watch the video, my mind started to change a little bit about what the topic was going to be about. So I still want to touch on a famine of the word, but also what I wanted to go into was this infrastructure that's being created to be able to implement that chip. And matter of fact, I was going to do this, but let's do this real quick. Bear with me for a second. I got shit all over the place. Alright, so this is the definition for the word infrastructure. It says the basic physical and organizational structure and facilities, e.g., which is example given, buildings, roads, and power supplies needed for the operation of a society or enterprise. So I wanted to talk about the infrastructure or the system or the structure that's being put in place in order to be able to implement this chip. So I might bounce around with topics here and there, but they all connect. They all come together. They all get sewn together because they're all prophetic. They're all things that the scriptures spoke of before this time, long before this time, and now they're starting to come to pass in today's day and age. So I wanted to start off with this video. I came across this video on my news feed. The title sounded interesting, so I took a look at it. But basically, it's from a YouTube channel that does exposés, if you will, of the government and the things that they're planning, the things that they've done in the past, and it just outlines some of the wicked things that the powers that be do and have done. And I watched this video, and a couple of things came to mind, so I wanted to play the video. It's 12 minutes and some change, so bear with me for a minute. I'm going to play the video, but I'll probably pause in between to say a couple of things here, but I'm going to play this video.
I've never seen anything like this. This isn't just that we can describe it as Orwellian. It's straight out of Orwell's 1984. If you recall that book, which everyone should reread because it's apparently become more relevant now than ever. Remember, there was a distinction between the truth.
Start it over real quick. It didn't seem like it played from the beginning.
I've never seen it.
So I don't know if this is a girl or a boy. The voice sounds kind of weird, but anyway, the person outlines this article that they found, and the article, you can go look this up. It says Google and YouTube target conspiracy theories and new quality control update. So this is what sparked my mind to think of a famine of the word, because once you listen to the video, what they're going to try to do is target videos and information that people put on the internet that have to do with things that are against what modern history has taught. So modern history, for instance, says that the transatlantic slave trade was indeed the selling and trading of Africans, right? But scripture and actual history say that those who were being traded during the transatlantic slave trade were Israelites, right? So if you come out and say that Israelites were being traded in the transatlantic slave trade, that the so-called West Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, so forth and so on, are the descendants of the Israelites, then you are going against what modern history says. You are a conspiracy theorist, and you are going against what established science and history says. So your videos or your content will be targeted, and it will be removed from the internet. This is what they're doing. So this is what made me think of there being a famine of the word. They're going to be able to probably through trigger words like Esau's the devil, or America's destruction, or you know how we freak the titles of the videos so that they can kind of speak to what's being said in the video. So any of those buzzwords will trigger a system to have all your information or all your content removed from the internet, right? So I wanted to real quick, since I already said it, I think it's Isaiah 29:15. So it says here, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in dark, and they say, who? No, that's not the right one. I'm sorry. That is one of them, but hold on one second. That is one I'm going to go to, but that ain't it. Shalakia. This is the one. Amos 8:11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord power. Or, you know what, let me say it the right way. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but the hearing of the words of Yahweh. So this is what's going to happen, man. This is the beginning of how they're going to do that, and then of course, with it being the internet, it's kind of hard to police and remove every little thing that gets put on there, because anybody has access to put content on the internet. So of course they're not going to be able to remove everything, but if these efforts still get passed, which meaning if we can still get by and still put up content on the internet, the next thing is coming at us with force, with physical force, which is when you read in Second Ezra, I believe it's 16:70, where it talks about matter of fact, just let me get it. Let's see. Let me get it. Let's see here. Bear with me for just a second. Just gotta find it here. I'm trying to go fast. I got all kind of shit on this desk, so bear with me for a second here. All right, so this is 2nd Ezra 16:70. It says okay, so it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You see, so right now they're just doing it by diplomatic means, if you will, or administrative means. So where they're trying to just do it by technology. Well, if they have these buzzwords, then we'll remove them. But when that doesn't work, when that plan doesn't work, they're going to come at us with force. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. You see, so they're gonna do this by force, right? For they shall waste and take away their goods, right? A part of our goods is what? Our content that we put up on the internet. Our the words that we speak in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that's a part of our goods, right? And it says, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You see, so once this plan here doesn't work, right, the administrative means or the diplomatic means don't work, then they're gonna come at us with force. So let me go back to this video here so you can hear some
anything like this. This isn't just that we can describe it as Orwellian. It's straight out of Orwell's 1984. If you recall that book, which everyone should reread because it's apparently become more relevant now than ever, remember there was a distinction between the truth, which was actually what was happening, the actual circumstances, and fact. Facts in that book are just what people believed to be the circumstances.
Right. And even though this thing hasn't been rolled out yet, you can see people feel like this already, where they have this I think, or in my opinion, or there's nothing factual anymore. It's all based on people's perception, and there's no truth anymore. This is already happening, even without the implementation of this thing that they're gonna do once you see this video. People are already thinking this way, so they're already beginning to be brainwashed into integrating into this way of living, or this way of thinking, I should say.
And Google, I'm sorry, this makes me so uncomfortable, it hurts my brain. Google has now released new guidelines that aren't...
And if you notice, Google is a part of everything, right? You can't even start a YouTube channel without a Gmail account, right? So Google is a part of everything, right? And if you notice how all your email handles are all being bunched into one, all these different things that are happening with Google. Like I have this app that I use to keep track of some things with the camp, I'll say, and even I had to have a Google account to use that. So it's all integrated into one, so that Google can be that epicenter, if you will.
Just targeting conspiracy websites. They are openly directly targeting him, and they say that, but they're targeting any site which would even attempt to contradict what they claim are well-established historical and scientific facts.
Right, so well-established, not necessarily true, but as long as it's well-established and that's what consensus is, and you are going against that consensus, then your content can be taken down and your content can be removed. This is what they're planning. This is what's coming down the pike. So again, like it says here in Amos 8:11, it says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh." All right? So let's go back.
That is their wording. So one of the examples in this document talks about how they're going to rate main content on web pages, and that's how the pages show up in search rankings. Websites that present unsubstantiated conspiracy theories as if the information were factual, and then it gives an example of the Vatican's knowledge of the planet Nibiru. That's a pretty far out there theory for a lot of people, but as we all know, this has to do with anything that contradicts what they want people to think about how reality is.
Right. So that encompasses everything, not just these, not just this thing, the Nibiru planet or whatever the fuck that is. It encompasses everything. So as long as it's against, like for instance, in school, what do they teach you, right? In science class, that we came from apes. If you teach something against that, if you teach the truth that no, the Lord created different flesh, and he created animals, and he created people, then that is against consensus, and it will be removed. And it will be flagged, and it will be removed. Okay, so let's play some more.
Google's Eric Schmidt, of course, attending Bilderberg every year.
Help us understand where's the future of search going. Well,
So this guy on the left here is was the CEO. I don't know if he still is the CEO. I read something that said he's no longer the CEO, but who knows? Who knows what the fuck they got going on? Esau's always doing some damn demonic bullshit, so who knows? But this guy on the left is the CEO of Google. And listen to what he says.
When you use Google, do you get more than one answer? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's a bug.
Yeah.
we have more bugs per second in the world. Because we should be able to give you the right answer just once.
So they're going to determine what it is that people are allowed to see on the internet. It used to be, we talked about this, ranking information, hiding information from people. But now in their new document, it's the new Quality Raters Guidelines. They put out certain examples of conspiracy theory websites they're going to target, but it isn't just that. It's not even remotely just that. It's not going to be limited to just the outlandish, crazy conspiracy theories. Which, by the way, is why I think some of them are being pushed so hard right now. Some of the ones that you cannot wrap your mind around. I think the reason they're doing that is so they can discredit anyone who dares to ask any questions that go against what Google calls well-established scientific and historical facts, and just lump everybody together in the crazy bag. Buried in this 160 pages, down on page 108, you have this description of ratings of fails to meet that should be assigned to results that are considered helpful or satisfying to no or very few users. Now look at the last two bullet points on here. Pages that directly contradict well-established scientific or medical consensus.
Right, so now like how a lot of the brothers are coming out, talking about the herbs and talking about, plant-based diets and fasting and different things like that. That's against consensus of medical science, right? Medical science says eat 3 times a day. Your every meal should have meat and dairy in it, and so forth and so on. So anything that you have that's that pretty much anything that comes out of the scriptures is against well-established scientific or medical consensus. Anything that you bring out in the scriptures, because this whole country, this whole system, this whole society has been established on anything contrary to what the scriptures say. So pretty much anything you bring out in the scriptures is going to be contrary. So anything that's scriptural is going to be removed.
And pages that directly contradict well-established historical facts.
Right. So what's well established? Blacks are Africans. White people have done no harm in history. They just happen to be beneficiaries. It wasn't our fault. So anything that's against all of those things is going to be removed according to Google's new guidelines. Oh shit. So you guys can go, for sake of time, you guys can go and watch this video. The name of it is it's official. This is straight out of Orwell's 1984. But as I was watching this video earlier, I started reading the comments, and one of the comments were that no, that wasn't on this video. I'm sorry, it was another video that I got led to from this one, and she mentions this I believe it's called Human X Design. So this is so you can get a glimpse of it. You can go look it up. Human X Design. Human X Design. See what we got here. I don't know what's gonna come up. Hopefully, it don't give my computer no virus. He's also a damn demon. So this Deus Ex, they made a video game out of this, where you got one side is this new cyborg type of person where they got prosthetics and things, and then the other side are people who maintain their human design, and they were against each other in some big war. They made a video game out of it. But this is a real company. This is an actual company that specializes in all different types of things. Some prosthetics, some virtual reality devices, and so forth and so on. But she started talking about that, so I watched a science conference with this information on there, the science conference, and they were talking about this type of stuff. And I was reading the comments on the video, and somebody said we're moving to a cashless society, and then somebody said ha 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 or laugh out loud, something along the lines of that we're only going to we won't go to a cashless society if we do for another 1,000 years or so. And I started thinking about that, and I said somebody that would say that is not paying attention to the things that are going on right in front of them, without even doing any research, without going in and trying to find something on YouTube or something on Google or reading books, or without even doing that. The things that are happening in your everyday life is proof of us moving to a society where cash is not used anymore, right? So you got a chip, right, in your credit cards or your debit cards, right? You got these pay terminals where you can either tap your card on the terminal to pay, you could tap your phone on the terminal to pay, right? So every time I scan my card or I put my card in the terminal, I always see the name in the top left hand corners, which is VeriFone, right? So I went on the VeriFone website. I thought I do. Is this it? Yeah. So this is the VeriFone website, which is the company that manufactures those pay terminals that we pay on. Some states might not have VeriFone. Some states might have a different company. But here in Massachusetts, we have VeriFone on the different pay terminals. So on one of the subsections on the site, you have this cash-free world that it's talking about, right? And it says explore the latest from Paybook. I thought it would have like some kind of article here, but it didn't. But I read let's go back, because they do have this one up here. This is this new machine that they have coming out. And you can see it back here. You see this person right here paying with their phone. There's their card on their phone. Here's the machine. There's that little symbol there, right? When you see this symbol, that's VeriFone. You can pay with your phone, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, right? Because when you think about the infrastructure being set up, right? I recently did security at one of the fairs in this area, one of the county fairs, or I guess county fair. And what fairs are known for is one, food, right? So you got these little carts that are set up all around the fair. You got fried dough, pizza, Italian sausage with onions and peppers, and sandwiches, and all different types of food, chicken wings, and so forth and so on. And you would think, because it's a little cart and there's no real high tech or intricate electrical system, that they would just have a little simple cash register and that's it. But every one of them carts had one of these in it, had one of these VeriFone things in it. Now I don't know if it was this model, this Carbon 8, but they all had one of these systems in it where you could pay with your phone or you could pay with your debit card, and that itself is showing you how this infrastructure is being set up for that RFID chip, man. You see? So I wanted to read some of this. I read it earlier, but I want to read it again. It says VeriFone introduces Carbon 8. So it says VeriFone introduces Carbon 8, the future of small business payment systems and the latest innovation in the Carbon family. Las Vegas ETA Transact unveiling another beautifully designed integrated point of sale solution for small to mid-sized businesses. VeriFone, a world leader in payments and commerce solutions, announces VeriFone Carbon 8, an affordable, smaller, and more portable position of sale solution, and newest member of the Carbon family. Designed for high-touch industries such as hospitality and restaurants, Carbon 8's namesake showcases a high-resolution 8-inch merchant-facing tablet that enables a more portable and lighter device to fit a variety of fast-paced environments, right? And what's that fast-paced environment? Just sticking your card in the machine, or paying with your phone, or tapping your card, right? That's that fast-paced environment that they're moving to. They even had commercials on it where you got everybody kind of like, spinning around in circles. Everybody's in this bliss, and then some guy pays with cash and everything stops. So they show you that they want this, this new fast-paced thing. And now even a small business like a food cart at a fair can now keep in line or to join into this infrastructure that's being set up for this fast-paced environment, right? So it says able to run applications that help merchants operate and grow, such as accounting, real-time inventory management, and staffing tools. Carbon 8 offers convenient new features, including a shoulder strap for comfortable carrying, an optional detachable thermal printer for on-the-spot receipts. You see, here's the machine here. And if you look at your debit card machines and they have this, you can pay with your phone, man. All you do, you hold your little thumb on that button and you tap your phone on that machine, and it pays for it, man. So the infrastructure is already set up for this chip to be implemented. So for those who think that this is 1,000 years down the pike, this is not even 1,000 days down the pike. This is right around the corner, man. This is right. It's here. This machine exists. This is not a fake machine. This is a real company. VeriFone is a real company that makes real devices that allow you to be a part of this infrastructure that's happening all around you, man. So that's all I wanted to touch on. Hopefully it was edifying. You can go look these things up and read them for yourself. I just wanted to do this real quick and put the information out there. So hopefully it was edifying. Hopefully it was informative. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's always. We know this word and we're given this word and, this information through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And I also want to give double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well and who have given us the tools to be able to do things like this. And also honor and salutation to you other brothers that are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth, and who are of the hopeful elect. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.